Today I'm going to walk you through the steps required to create a job seeker account and profile on the Magnet job search platform. Magnet is our job search finding tool where we have asked our employers and service providers to post jobs across the region. To begin, you can click on either the job seeker icon located here in the middle of the page, or alternatively the job seeker tab located at the top of the page. I'm going to click on the job seeker icon. That will take you through to a brief informational page. Job seekers can then choose which region they would like to create their account under. It should be noted that you do not see different job postings based on your region. So for instance, if I click on Haliburton to create my job seeker profile and account, I will see jobs not only from Haliburton, but from across the region, any employer who posts in the Magnet platform. So this will not kind of stop you from seeing postings in other regions. So simply click on the region that is most applicable to you. I'm going to use Haliburton for our example today. And this will take you through to the Haliburton landing page. The page is split into two sections. On the left-hand side, we have our login and account creation, which I'll come back to in a second. On the right-hand side, we have some information about the county, and this will change depending on which region you entered. There's a brief overview, and then underneath that there are 3 different areas with highlights of supports across our community. So we have employment services in the region. If I click on this, that will take me through to the employment service providers that we have in the region of Haliburton. You can click back to top to go to the list again. If I click on community supports, that will take us down to the list of the community services available in the Haliburton region. We have categorized and grouped these, so you can see, for instance, there's ones for counseling and support, emergency supports, employment insurance, food, health services, housing and heat, legal assistance, social services, training and literacy, used clothing and household items. So you can simply click on any of these links. I'm going to click on the bottom one, used clothing and household items, and that will take you through to the agencies in the area that are assisting in this particular category. Again, once you've looked at the information that you need, you can click on back to top. And our last community area is Indigenous Services. Again, if you click on that, that will take you down to the list of Indigenous services in the Haliburton region. So that is the right-hand side of this website. On the left is where you will create or log in. So once you've created your account, you use your email and password to log in. Alternatively, you can also use a social media account. If you are a new user, you simply navigate to the new user question and click on create an account. The system will then ask you to join as one of these 3 options, either to join as an employer, or a job seeker, or a recruiting agency. For today, we are going to click on job seeker. So for this sample, we are going to put in information here that best suits the person. So we're going to pop in here. Going to put in a valid email account. So the valid email account is important, as when you click on create your profile, you will see that it will send an activation email to this account. So you will need access to the email account you use to create your account. If you do not have an email account, please ask your employment services provider to assist you with that. I'm going to make up a password. It has to be at least 8 characters long, and it has to include at least 1 number, as well as an uppercase and lowercase letter. You'll notice the box has become a sort of green highlight behind it. It says password OK. That lets you know that you've got the correct number of characters and correct kind of composition of what they need in their password. We'll include here a postal code. and we'll choose a location. So I'm going to use Halliburton. You'll see as I started to type, it brought up a list of locations. And the final thing I'm going to do is click on Sign Up. Once I've done that, I get a message across the top of my screen that says Success Account Created. It is important to note that sometimes the emails could potentially end up in a spam or junk folder of your email account. So if you don't see it in your inbox, I would suggest also checking a junk or spam folder. If you haven't received an email after an hour, they do give instructions here to please contact their support at who+you.com. So I will now navigate over to my email. This is the email you will receive. This is the body of the email. So it says, welcome to Sarah, Fleming College, Muskoka Kawarthas SSM on the Magnet Network. Thank you for signing up for Magnet. It's a matching technology. So to activate the account, you simply click on the blue Activate button. Once I've clicked on the button, it now takes me to a website and it says welcome to the community on Magnet. You can then click the next button. This gives you some information about personalizing your profile. Magnet uses a job matching technology, and they use the information from your profile to match you with positions that are coming into the job posting network across our region. You can choose to fill out as little or as much of the profile information as you would like. Employers do not see this information about you. They do not see your profile. It is simply used to match the skills you have listed with the skills the employer has asked for in the job posting. The employer does not see your profile. So I'm going to click on Next. There's a disclosure of information here. There is information here you can click on for further details around privacy policies. There are various links here to take you to the full terms of reference or numbers and email contacts if you have any questions. So on here you click I consent. And this now gives you the option to match to some of the opportunities. It is important to note here you can upload your resume, you can create your profile, or you can also click on the I will do this later button. So you don't need to complete your profile at onboarding. You can do this later and simply go into System to see job postings. For purposes of today, I am going to go through the create your profile steps so that you're able to see those. So you can choose here which experiences or education records you would like to use. At this point in time, I'm going to put in a work experience record. So we're going to enter a job title in here. This is for a past position you would have held. And the position type here, they've asked for either function and organization or a skilled trade. For this one, I was within a position in an organization. And this organization comes under the category. And you can type in here to find your category. For today's purposes, I'm going to put in, this is a customer service position at a retail environment, so I'm going to start to type in the word retail. And you'll see here I got a couple of different options, either through product management, design and development. I'm going to put retail operations. The focus area, so this was a customer service role, so again if I start to type that in, you can see that will come up as an option. The language was English, the country was Canada. Save and continue. So this can then take you into the job preferences section. This asks you what job level you are looking for. So there are a variety of different positions here. It is important to note this will not affect the job postings you see listed. It will just simply also match you to positions. So if, for instance, I click on entry-level junior positions, that means I will get matched to positions that are entry level. However, I will still see postings for all job levels. So this will not stop you from seeing postings, but it will try and match you with any that would fit your criteria. In here, you can add employment types. For instance, if you're looking for apprenticeship, permanent full-time, startup, temporary full-time, seasonal. You can choose whichever applies to you. And if there are multiples, you can either choose simply one or two that might apply, or alternatively, you can hit select all, which will choose all down your list. For purposes today, I'm going to just click on full-time and part-time. Preferred skilled trades, at this time I'm going to leave that blank. And where would you like to work? Again, this is not going to affect what job postings you see, but if you have a certain region you would like to work, you can enter in the region. So if I'd like to keep it to Haliburton, again, I start to type the name and I can choose Haliburton. Okay, they do have a slide bar here to allow you to choose how far away you're able to move from the location. So for instance, depending on accessibility to transportation, you could choose to move this up or down, depending on your preferences. So this will go anywhere from 15 kilometers up to 160 kilometers away from the location that you've listed. Down here, you can see preferences for the community. So it's asking if you would like to see job postings for the Haliburton region that are specifically targeted for job seekers. You can choose yes, or you can choose only ones for the community. I'm just going to leave it to the default. Save and continue. And again, this tells me I've completed my profile. So this will be used to showcase skills and qualifications. Once we hit Get Started, that will take you to the home page. It's important to note the first time you click in, you will see an option here to look through the information around being a diversity employment group. This again is a confidential part of Magnet. This information is not shared with an employer. It is only used for matching purposes. So for instance, if the employer uses those particular criteria around diversity employment groups to match their job posting, they would not see your information. You would get an alert that you matched their criteria. If that is something you would like to do, you can hit on continue and that will take you into more information. So that is a brief introduction to creating a job seeker profile on the Magnet platform.